G'day guys, welcome back to a special episode today. I am commentating on a world boss kill. Not world boss, sorry, raid finder in Age of Conan. This week was Thoth Amon, Conan's sworn enemy, and we started by queuing up in the raid finder, and now we get ported in. This is the top floor, so we've got the last three bosses to do. I've cut out most of the ad kills because it's, that's boring. You don't want to see that. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got the volume turned up in here, which I don't. Now I do. So that first bit might have been a little bit quiet, but this is all new. We're getting there. We're getting there. So now this guy is the favoured of Louis. He does holy damage. If you're a demonologist, best to turn off your demonic heart because that makes you vulnerable to holy damage, and he'll one-shot you when he casts his halo. It's just, it's raid finder. Everything's nerfed in raid finder. So as a tank, I'm a tank. This is the little turn that I did start making videos on. I got bored for a couple of days and went from 19 to 80 in a couple of days. So this is her. She doesn't have much gear, but as you'll see, we pull aggro now and then because it's not so much the gear you have, it's how you play it. This whole raid I only had to use goad once, and that's when one of the other tanks was about to die. I try not to use goad because it pisses everybody off because it basically resets the aggro. So as you can see, now that he's down to his 50%, he starts activating those phylacteries around the room. Those people just run over there to kill that one. Now he's taking damage again. Repentance is a knockback. He's basically a pom with culture demo armor on. So there's probably another phylactery behind where we are now, and people run over it to kill that. And yeah, it's just a matter of either having enough protection to survive it or just swap aggro with the other tanks. I didn't think I was going to have to do much tanking here because when I first saw it, there's like two, I think they're T6 demo DTs, but you'll see that sometimes we do end up, see they've run over there for that phylactery, but they've actually pulled aggro because they're doing so much damage. That's a big problem in raid finder as well. People doing, we just pulled aggro there for a minute. People do a lot of damage and then blame the tank. It's not always the tank, but it can be. We pulled aggro again. Okay, so that's that boss. We got a chest for that one. Spoils of victory. Okay, that's the last ad before we get to the Keeper of Artifacts. This is the next boss. There goes the tank down the middle of the room to go and pull the boss. They'll pull the boss back down to this bottom side of the room. This fight has two stages. First stage is basically a tank and spank. She does frost damage, and she also animates artifacts which will spawn an ad every now and then. So it's just nuts to butts and just beat the crap out of her. And the DPS usually pulls the ads and they bring them in. If they're close enough, the tanks will get them. Otherwise, they can be CC'd. But most of the tanks should be trying to fight for aggro at this point. So you can see she's in the Hawks tiered gear. So in Raid Finder, they go down pretty quick, so... And I got to say, this was probably... You're lucky to get 12 or 13 hours of Raid Finder ticking over when they reset. They reset Monday night for me. Oh, we got aggro. Sweet! That's what I like to see. Didn't even notice that while I was playing. That's because I'm too busy concentrating on what I'm actually doing. That's why I didn't talk while I was recording this, because I was concentrating on my rotations and stuff. And yes, you can see I click everything. Right, now that she's dead, the next boss spawns, which is oh shit, I can't even remember his names. That particle effect on that person there means that they are targeted, so they need to run out. And the idea of this is everybody stays in a ball usually. That person that runs out there, the Hallowed Knight is his name. Person that runs out there, he's going to chase after them. They put a million slows on him here, so he doesn't hardly move, but he's chasing after that person that's targeted, and what they need to do is kite them just backwards and forwards. It's quite easy to get past him, like you let him run up to you. Now every now and then you get those spawns of singing swords. That's why everybody needs to stay together, because if you spread them out all over the room, they stay there for the whole fight and they will kill you. They do quite a bit of damage. So now that person down there, now he's about to change. Human prey goes on to someone else. There it is. Now they got to run off. Now the biggest mistake people make doing this is they run too far away from the DPS ball. As you can see, some of us are out there in the middle whacking it. There's swords again. Some of us are out there in the middle whacking it, and that's because it's Raid Finder. If we were doing this properly, you wouldn't do that. You would get a crossbow or something out and stay back, because the swords hit a lot harder. What I was saying is, if you get that on you, don't, for God's sake, run too far away from this ball of DPS, because they're the ones that are killing it, not your kiting. So it's quite often people run way over the other side of the room and then you can't DPS it. And the problem is, if you don't kill him before you go up this side of the room and then down the other side of the room dropping the swords, you run out of room, that's it, you're dead. So a little bit of common sense, but that being said, it's Raid Finder and people like to fuck things up on purpose, I guess. I actually did this one first on my... See, I'm standing the swords there. I actually did this one first on my demo this week because it's been so long since I've been in there. I had to remember what happened and what the strat was. Ooh, nice knockback there. Human prey on the next person. Swords up. Someone just died there from the swords. Being a tank too, you got a lot more health, so you can stand in the swords for a bit. Usually when you get to this end of the room in the normal raid, he's at about half. Well, he was the last time I did it. A lot of people have got T6 gear now, so he probably goes down a lot quicker, but I don't even know if people still do this raid, to be honest. I really don't know why Funcom is stuffing around with new games when this is the best game that they made. They put more time into this, they would actually make more money. I got a lot of heat for when I dissed Dune in a video. People saying, oh, I'm paid to say these things. I'm not paid by anybody. I don't get paid by YouTube. I'm not big enough. And I hate to say it, but I was right. That game's died in the arse. There's more people playing this than there is that. So, but I still bought it. So, fool me, I guess. So yeah, you can see how that fight works. It's a long, protracted fight, but now there's 3 ads before we get to Thoth, but we already killed them at this point, and I think we wiped once because none of the other tanks wanted to put protection gear on for some reason. The DTs just wanted to do damage and they died. So this is Thoth Amon. This was the top boss for a long time in this game until they brought out Katai expansion. I've spent many a night wiping over and over in this room. So you pull him out, tank and spank till he gets down to 75%. He we got aggro. Look at that shit. Woohoo! Shame on you other geared tanks. He spawns a snake every now and then. There's a snake over behind him there, sets curse. So you just sort of pull that into the group and get them to kill it. 75% he ports back into the middle, and that's when the second phase of the fight starts. Somebody will get ported. There's a platform on the roof above us. You get ported up there. It's important to have targets on so you can see if you're the one getting ready to be ported, especially if you're a guardian like me and you can't do that much DPS. You have to be ready to change. There he goes with the knockback and he's in the middle. Now that person there is going up top. And then once that person gets ported back down after they kill the ad up there, he casts Raise Corpse, where 3 ads will pop. There's a green one and 2 orange ones. There they are. The green one has to be minion killed, or he will wipe everybody. As you can see, I try and get to the green one and stun it as soon as as much as I can, keep it stunned so that somebody can come over and one-shot it. And a lot of tanks don't do that. It's just it's good insurance, because that havoc will start one-shotting people if you don't. Okay, now that they've all done, we spread out, and then he'll cast Mark of Acheron. There it is. So that person's going up the top now. Now we spread out, wait for them to come back down, and look for the orange rings on the ground to indicate where the ads are going to spawn. And again, you'll see I go for the green one, stun charge it. Stay here, stay here, stay here, waiting. Okay, another stun. I'll stun it. There, now the person's here to kill it. Alright, now we head back over to the others. I'm not saying every tank has to do that, but if you notice that there's no tank doing that, use your head. Especially if you're a guardian and you've got a stun charge. So now we're waiting for Mark of Acheron again. It's important that you don't have any necro pets or demo pets or anything attacking him at this stage too, because he gives him health. So these people are all trying to kick people from the raid. There are people that are that come in and put themselves on follow and don't actually do anything. So now we're waiting for the ads there at the front there. So wait, there's the green one, stun charge. Right, somebody waiting. Okay, they got him. Nope, I stunned it again. Now they got him. Now we attack the other ones. And this goes on for a while, and then these pillars that are around the room, those pads will start glowing. Buggered if I can remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head what you have to do with them. It's been a long time since I was in here. Usually somebody in there will know. See, they're glowing now. So now people will run around to the pads. That first one's done already. The second one, you've got to get on them in a certain order. If they can get them done quick enough. Right, these guys raise corpse again. So now target the green one. There we go. Stun charge. Waiting. Okay, shield bash to stun it. Right, they killed it. Beautiful. Back into the next one. Right, now if all of the things have been solved, all those puzzles, after we kill these ones, a bit of lag there. After we kill these ones, Oh, I think the last one hasn't been solved yet. So he might cast another one. Yeah, the other one, the last one hasn't been solved. So he's going to cast Mark again. If someone goes over and solves those things, this should be the last one. So raise corpse, it's over there. Gotta wait for my stun charge. Charge, stun it. Somebody kill it. There we go. Beautiful. Now onto the other two. You can knock these back. You try and get them together so that they go down at the same time, but it doesn't always happen. I think this last one might have been solved. It's just bugged on my screen. Maybe. Or it just got solved or something. Anyway, now what's going to happen is you can see Conan just come through the door over there. There's a big ape there. So now Conan and his goons. Now Thoth popped out of there. He cast precog on the ground, which is that pink stuff. You got to stay out of that. You see Conan and his black dragon knights fighting over there. Now Thoth is at the back here. So what you got to watch for with Thoth is he casts. I'll see it in a minute and I'll tell you what it is. That one, Ethereal Leash. I think he casts that 3 times. And the third one you want to run out because he's going to cast precog again, which is that pink area of effect around your feet. You don't want to be at the boss's feet when that drops. Again, in Raid Finder it's not such a big issue. See, everybody's running now? See, everybody's running backwards, see that? I say you don't want to drop it at the boss's feet, and I dropped it at the boss's feet. See, that guy just died there because he was standing in it. I think he might have lagged, actually. But, yeah, that's the whole fight. Now you see he's got a couple of snakes there. Same as before. They just usually come into the group and get DPS down. Just got to count the ethereal lashes and then run out. Conan's over there fighting the ape. And you only have to get Thoth down to 11%. Because then Conan steals all the glory. So now everybody should be getting out. There it is, precog. Okay, run in. Oh look, we got aggro. Sweet. Still got aggro. Nice. Bloody beauty. It's not a hard fight, it's just one that takes quite a while. So now he runs into the middle there. I think I run over so you can see it. Oh yeah, I charged him. Conan whips his arms and his head off and goes and sits on his throne. And that's Raid Finder. Thank you very much for clicking on the video. I hope you liked it. I appreciate the support. If you could click that subscribe button, that helps me out a lot. Until next time, I'll catch you later.
I am King Conan. She is well. She is no longer her right. Fair Zenobia is safe from my enemies. I would never allow her to come to harm.